Hi, I'm Marie Laveria, and my channel name is Living a Simple Life and Finding Your Rhythm LLC. And today I want to talk about my relationship with money. I've said this before in other videos, but I grew up in a family where my parents shared a lot of information about their lack of money and worrying about not being able to pay the bills and all that kind of stuff, and made me really nervous as a child to be exposed to that kind of information. They had no idea that it was influencing me in a negative way. But as a young adult or even older adult, I worried that I'd never had enough money to pay my bills and or have a quality of life. So one day I thought, enough already. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to have a different relationship with money. So I used an affirmation as a tool to help me to see money differently, to have a positive relationship with money so that I could allow it to flow in my life. Because when we have something, when we think of negativity, we usually, tighten up and we keep things out. So I wanted to allow money to flow in my life. So I created this affirmation. I'll share with you the words that I use, but you can use whatever word fits for you if you want to create an affirmation for yourself. Excuse me. I wrote, I invite great abundance into my life at this time, at this moment, and I accept this great abundance, for I am deserving and worthy of more than enough concerning my finances. So I'll read it again. I invite great abundance into my life at this moment, and I accept this great abundance, for I am deserving and worthy of more than enough concerning my finances. So that was my affirmation that I wrote. And I read this affirmation probably over a year, maybe 2 years, every day. And I made sure that I had a positive feeling when I was reading it, positive attitude about it. And it slowly but surely, my finances started to change. But I want to tell you, there was a practical part to my finances changing. An affirmation is not a magical thing. It allows us to expand our thinking. And I call it a thinking adjustment. And it's a process. And it opens us up to seeing other opportunities of doing things differently with this particular issue that we're talking about. In this case, being finances. So I then went to this practical part of my finances. So, excuse me, bad allergies today. I have a firm belief that if you want your finances to be better, improve, give you choice and freedom in your life, that you have to be aware of how you spend money, and you have to be aware of your income. So, and they have to kind of balance. So I wanted to invite you today to make a list of all of your expenses and be very thorough. Look at your checking account recorder, look at your credit card bills, see all the money that you're spending and write it down. You have some regular bills like rent or mortgage that you have to pay, and your utilities. Write everything down, all your expenses down that you do on a regular basis. And then, if you have yearly expenses, then add them up in one list and divide it by 12 and we do a monthly thing. It's easier to use the monthly numbers. They're easier to deal with. So write down your monthly income, your monthly expenses, and that gives you a lot of information, but be as thorough as you can with your expenses. So that's what I did. And then I knew I had to work more hours so I could pay off credit cards and get rid of those things that monthly bills like phone bills and internet bills. Well, those things are going to come every month, so we know that, so we put them down that way. But things that are on credit cards that are not necessarily things that we're going to have again, so we can pay those off and not have a credit card balance with the high interest lingering over our heads. So my point is that once you know how you're spending money and where you're spending money, then you can make decisions about cutting things, like not taking things away that you need by any means, but I called my car insurance one time, and I debated with the woman that I did not want to pay more money for the following year, and she was increasing it. So I challenged her to find me another insurance company that would have the same cost as the last year's plan, and she did. And 6 years later, I'm still paying less with that insurance company. They've never gone up with me, and same coverage. So you can call, your car insurance if you don't like the way that you're being charged. You can try to negotiate a lower no, to get another insurance company that has a lower fee. Internet, cell phones, cable TV, all these things are negotiables. Sometimes they're not, but most of the time you can get a better price. So make the call, inquire, go visit them. It's important for you to find out if you can lower your expenses in some of these things. So that's my little spiel about simplifying our finances, is that we know where our money's going. We know how much money's coming in. We're on top of it. We have some control and we have some knowledge about how things are going, so we can make decisions more clearly and more accurately. So I hope this was helpful, and see you next time.